we're going to continue with last week, how to be your own doctor. Last week we kind of spoke about the basic idea of it and the main thing that we're trying to target, which is chronic inflammation, which is the cause of the absolute majority of illness and disease, and probably really contributes to absolutely everything in terms of disease and illness and poor health. So that's the thing that we're going to target because that is going to have the most effect. That's basically the root cause of everything, every ailment. Then if you can control that and improve that, then you're going to prevent basically yourself getting any of these things, which is going to keep you healthy. And obviously that is our aim with being your own doctor, is that we're aiming to have it where you don't ever need to go to the doctor because you're your own doctor, you're in control of your health, you're looking after yourself. So 4 things that we're going to look at in controlling your inflammation. Number 1 was sleep, which we looked at last week. How to make sure that you're getting not only enough sleep, but enough quality sleep, and things you can do to improve that. So hopefully you picked up some tips and learned some stuff there. Number 2, which I'm going to look at today, is exercise. Number 3, diet and nutrition. And the 4th one is stress reduction or mental health. People nowadays just don't actually care about their health. They have no personal responsibility. If you ask them flat out, they wouldn't give you the answer, but the answer is that most people do not believe that they're responsible for their health. They don't take any responsibility. It's all down to others. Like if they'll just eat whatever they feel like, live how they feel like, and if they get something, they'll just go to the hospital and expect them to fix them. That's how most people work, and that is why there is so much widespread illness and poor health, which obviously is made worse by the fact that the very food that's being made and mass produced and pushed out to people trying to make them eat is terrible for you. The mass media and governments are encouraging you to eat all the wrong things, which makes you even more unhealthy. So the fact that people aren't bothering to look into it themselves, do any research themselves, think for themselves, means that they're just taking whatever they're given, just eating it. Yep, okay, that's fine. They've told me to eat that, I'll eat it. Not a single thought of what it actually does for them. So that is why we've ended up in such a terrible position where just diseases and illnesses are just massively on the rise, obesity, everything, and health is at the worst it's probably ever been overall. On average, it's probably at the worst it's ever been. So you need to just take personal responsibility for your health. I thought that I would just talk about what that means for me. So for me, being my own doctor, some of the stuff I've already kind of mentioned is, for me, being my own doctor means that I don't expect to ever need to go to a doctor, a GP, the health system. I would only expect to need to use that myself in some kind of emergency, broke a bone or something like that. Other than that, I don't expect to need to use them. And the reason for that is that I'm living my life in a preventative manner. Everything either poisons you or heals you. So every single thing that I'm doing, eating, drinking, everything, I will think consciously about what is this doing for my health. Every single thing. Some people might think that's too much. You might think, oh, that's over the top. How can you enjoy life like that? Well, honestly, I mean, it becomes pretty automatic. And when you are doing things that look after your health and you're feeling better and healthier, life's actually quite a bit more enjoyable than it was before. So, although it sounds a lot, it's not actually. But that is what I do. I think about everything I'm doing and thinking about what effect it has on my health. And by doing that, and by having researched and looked into and understood what is good for me and what is bad for me, what is actually good and bad for me, not what you're told by governments and media and by paid for research, all of those things that we've covered before. I look at actually what's good for me and what actually gets results. So if there's a big group of people doing something that you're told is unhealthy, against the grain, but there's a huge group of people that are doing it and are getting amazing results with no negative side effects, to me, that's working. So I'm going to say, okay, that works. And then if I do it myself and I get great results, then that works. I don't care what research comes out. I don't care what any government tells me, what any, doctor, scientist who can hide behind a title and say whatever they want and people believe it. I don't care what they say. If it's working for you and you're getting great results working for other people, then it works. So that's how I approach it in terms of when I research stuff. But overall, it's just thinking about everything you do and everything you consume. And of course, when we get onto step 4, which is talking about your mental and health and stress reduction, what you consume is more than just food. It's, TV. If you watch TV, it's what you're looking at on your phone. It's even the people you have around you, what you're consuming in terms of people's opinions and people's energy. Energy is something that is always being transferred between things, and if you're surrounded by negative people that are poor health, poor mental health, always moaning, putting negative spin on things, that rubs off onto you. So you're consuming their negative energy and you're becoming more negative. So consuming doesn't just mean food, it also means everything in your life, what you're surrounding yourself with and what you're allowing yourself to see and to think. I still will allow myself treats sometimes where it's something that I know is not healthy for me, like nice dessert. But now and again, I'll normally give myself a target to do to earn it so that it's helpful for me because it's going to help me reach a point of some kind of achievement, and I don't need to feel guilty about it, and I'll just earn it, have a treat, carry on with my normal life. So you don't have to limit yourself to nothing. When you do that, when you limit yourself and you only have it now and again when you've earned it, you'll actually enjoy it more. So it's actually like a double whammy benefit for you. Really, that is how I see being my own doctor. Like I say, there's not really medicine involved. The medicine is the right food and exercise, meaning that you don't need to get, what they call modern medicine and pills and anything. Some people might think being your own doctor is kind of having every single supplement under the sun to try and keep you healthy and whatever. But if you're eating a good diet, you don't really need to be supplementing loads. I think a lot of them are kind of zero benefit, or some of them, when you're looking at what else is in the supplements and how much actual good quality vitamins or minerals they've got in them, some of them can actually be a negative benefit, to be honest. So some supplementing is fine, especially if you need to. Obviously, certain people may have more deficiencies in certain things, but overall, I won't go overboard with it. So that for me is being my own doctor. It's preventative through my lifestyle, meaning that you don't need any kind of medical intervention. And that is what I aim for, what I'm trying to encourage people for. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover on the podcast, or you'd like to appear on it, then please contact us at hwpoduk@gmail.com, on our website, which is healthwealthuk.com, or on any of our social medias, which are at hwpoduk. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share it with all your friends and family, and we will see you next week.